The art of finger painting has existed for centuries, but was established in its modern form in the 1930s by Ruth Faison. Hailed as a pioneer in progressive education, Miss Shaw was one of the first to recognize its therapeutic potential and open the doors for the promotion of self-expression in the art room. At a time when many thought children should be seen and not heard, she saw finger painting as an important way for children to communicate their unexpressed words and feelings. Shaw had a distinct vision about learning and teaching that was innovative for the time. She believed that teachers should be a sympathetic listener and guide students to discover and express the principles of each subject. The instinctive nature of finger painting, she said, aids the imagination and gives a delight in creating things subconsciously, things that one may not have even seen or dreamed of before. Ruth Faison Shaw was born in Kenansville, North Carolina in 1889. Her career as a teacher began in rural Appalachia, even though she had not received specific training in teaching like most young women teachers at the time. When World War I began, Shaw joined the YMCA as a canteen worker in France. In her spare time, Shaw took up drawing and painting. When World War I ended, Shaw decided to remain in Europe and opened a school in 1923 for British and American children in Rome, Italy. Her philosophy of education was based on the idea that children learn from playful sensory experiences and that education should be enjoyable. The idea of finger painting came from one of Shaw's young students who, after treating a cut finger, smeared the school bathroom wall with iodine. Shaw recognized children's primary impulse to smear and saw it as a way to promote learning through the art of having fun. Shaw began to experiment with finger painting in 1929 and went about the task of compounding a suitable medium for her students that was non-toxic and would spread smoothly but not dry too quickly. When Shaw arrived in New York in the fall of 1932, she brought with her a personal educational philosophy and an art medium suited to this new form of progressive education. The first New York exhibition of finger painting was held in January 1933 at the Dalton School, where Shaw had accepted a half-time art teaching position. Finger paintings immediately captured the public interest. It was described by the director of art for New York City high schools as a dramatization of a new trend in art education, in which art expression is recognized as the natural functioning of every human being. In 1938, Time magazine described finger painting as elaborate rhythmic designs and fantastic forms which artists admire and psychologists value as a medium of release from nightmares and other oppressions. With these exhibitions of child art and the commercial success of finger paint, the ideology of self-expression through child art entered popular culture. In Shaw's book, Finger Painting and How I Do It, and Finger Paint, the Child's Perfect Medium for Self-Expression, she defines finger painting as a new medium of expression and describes her technique step by step. In her method, she developed a process of painting that ranges from equipment and materials, technique, cleaning up, and the role of a teacher. She writes, "In order to get the greatest enjoyment and the most delightful results from finger painting, there are certain procedures which I believe important. No one can or should tell another how to paint or how to make a picture. Creative work must come from imagination and personal experience. One must understand the nature of a medium and its logical use as important if one is to derive the greatest benefit from it." Beginning in 1940, Shaw used finger painting as a medium of expression and self-exploration for psychiatric patients at the Menninger Clinic in Kansas. In the 1950s, she moved back to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and continued her work with children and mental patients at UNC's Department of Psychiatry. From 1960 to 1961, Ruth Faison Shaw hosted an educational television series on finger painting and later died in 1969 in North Carolina. The life and work of Ruth Faison Shaw is something to be treasured. Her worthy contribution to the educational field paved the way towards understanding the individual process of creation and expression. The art of finger painting is still widely used by educators, therapists, professional artists, and the general public. Its therapeutic properties, natural way of promoting self-exploration, and connection to one's artwork makes it the perfect process over product medium for all ages to enjoy. Finger painting belongs to the people. It is an art. It is an activity of the people. Ruth Faison Shaw. Thank you.